Hi guys,
Hello.
Nicholas here from the Southern Islands, and we are back with Tropical Hour GX Podcast Episode 5.
5?
Yeah, 5. Our usual team here is Jeremy as usual,
Hello.
Boss Thomas,
Hi.
and we have someone missing. Danny
The
Gigas is gone to serve the nation.
Not really, but okay.
Insert Danny here.
Insert Danny here.
Insert one Danny here.
But we do have a guest, as you can notice, our Singapore Championships winner, Wayne is here. Welcome to the podcast. As we discuss what happened in the past 2 weeks, so we had the last two major tournaments in the TPCI tournament for 2022. So Milwaukee happened, and then just last weekend the North America International Championships. So this would very, very likely influence our local meta as well.
Yeah.
And we'll wrap it up with Jeremy's I really, really love Pokemon TCG
Two
Open
release
Challenge.
only, two release, no three.
Two release, not three. So we'll talk a little bit about what happened during the weekends. So let's first just touch a little bit on Milwaukee. It was Amoeba tier finals.
You have to explain what Amoeba is.
Right. So Henry Brand, he released a tier list just before Milwaukee coming to NIC as well, of like the tier list of all the top decks, and Duraludon and Blissey were like dead last in the Amoeba tier of like I think like non-existent tier, bottom tier the worst tier and somehow these would have got to the finals Expected, unexpected.
I mean, if they say like that, confidence unexpected Who would have thought like BC go finals? Right.
True,
Be hard.
true.
I feel like they exploit the meta game basically that's it.
I mean, it was still a
because it was-
Palkia dominated field, right?
Yeah. But because also it's 1 week before like NAIC, so people. I mean, if I was going to play NAIC,
You won't bring the
I won't bring my best deck. I mean, not say the best deck, but I will probably play something which everybody else is playing, which is Palkia.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think they just expected to see Palkia. Like I said, Palkia is a strong card, but you know, like if you cannot hard counter, then like
Yeah.
and BC like kind of hard counters you
True,
with the mill tank. You know, they just roll you the mill tank, then they just load out the BC after they go like pa pa pa.
And Duraludon as well, just like having a big there with just 2 Pokemon on the board usually.
Exactly.
Then
Because,
your Palkia can't hit.
if you only have one bench like and you're healing every turn, like, Palkia is very hard for Palkia to go through you lah.
That's true.
So I think that's one of the like bigger reasons why it actually done so well in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The top 16, among the top 16, there was a great number of decks, but we did notice that Azul did bring Flying Pikachu that tournament, but he got 10th place with it. Reggie Gigas was there, so Danny Gigas was there as well. Malamar VMAX also made the top 16, but yeah, most of the top 8 was just conquered by Palkia.
1 mil in top 8 also.
Yeah, 1 Mew. We also got like another Duraludon as well, so it wasn't the only Duraludon that got into the top 8.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that they exploited the meta game lah, because if going to the tournament, you know that like if everybody is playing Palkia, like if my deck has a very good matchup against Palkia, I mean I just have to meet Palkia every day lah. Out of like plus these kind of regionals, they need like 300 plus players, right? Even though. So it's like it's smaller compared to NAIC.
Yeah, which is like
1,000.
biggest,
It's like biggest tournament of the year. It's even bigger than Worlds lah. So the mentality I think of these players going into this is like, okay, out of 14 rounds, I just have to hit maybe like 12 rounds of Palkia. The other 2 rounds I can just meet my auto losses. I just win my other 12 secured for top 8 lah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the difference between Worlds and this is because there's an open. NAIC is open, right?
Yeah, that's why anyone can join NAIC.
Yeah, exactly.
And usually, like a lot of Americans would just travel down just to play NAIC.
Because NAIC is like they're nationals, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the gathering of like most of the time, not everybody there is serious. So probably like round 1 to round 3, you have a high chance of hitting someone unknown. Plus,
Some Pokemon.
that's the difference between like these kind of big tournaments compared to us in Singapore lah, specifically. Last time when we play regionals, you know, round 1 you might be sitting across Clifton Gold, you know. Like 10, we went Worlds like 10 times in a row, you know. Whereas like when you go to these kind of big tournaments overseas, it's very unlikely that you will hit such a good player in the earlier rounds. Yeah, but not saying that they have lesser good players or what. It's just that it's just how it works lah, because the tournament is so massive, you know.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so Milwaukee done and dusted, but when we go the following week to North America International Championships, and surprise, surprise, Flying Pikachu VMAX takes the win with Arceus V-STAR. So Flying Pikachu VMAX, is that the #1 partner for Arceus V-STAR now?
So ask Wayne first.
Yeah, let's ask Wayne. Now, what do you think?
For this tournament, I think caught everybody by surprise lah. And the numbers that the Flying Pikachu hit is quite nice.
160, right?
With a DT 140 times 2, so it's quite nice.
Just enough for
to knock out Palkia.
They don't play big charm. None of them play big charm. In fact, I all want to play choice belt to like rush your opponent, take quick knockouts. So the top 8, we'll just not all the top 8 decks, but like this is the general number. So we had Palkia V-STAR make up, let's see, 3 of the top 8. Straight Arceus, also 3 of the top 8. Arceus and Inteleon. 1 Flying Pikachu and 1 incredible standard that everyone like,
wet dream. Yeah.
Whoa,
this is so interesting, this deck.
Immediately after day 1, I think a lot of WhatsApp groups would just be like, want to buy Mewtwo V-UNION, want to buy Mewtwo V-UNION.
Then just fumble, like what I say. Just fumble.
Back to Arceus Pikachu.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good deck? You think like why do you think what are the factors that you think that made it actually won?
He sounds like he's in a lot of pain.
No. I'm just curious.
Because there's 4 cards in the deck that makes it win.
No, I'm just curious. I'm just very curious.
On board the Bibarel hype train.
Yes. Let's go, guys.
How other players think? Because like, to me, I see the deck. I think nothing fancy. So like the biggest difference he made from this list. I mean, so-called like the list that we saw that he played on stream. And the one that he played at regionals was the inclusion of Phoebe.
Yes.
Which is his answer to deal with Miltank, which I think is pretty smart because basically you already have your Crobat VMAX as an inbuilt counter because some of the Miltank players they don't play Paracel. Or like they you can just poison them to death and you can reach the awkward board state of like, okay, my Flying Pikachu is just using Fly every turn. I mean Balloon. Max Balloon, just Max Balloon until I deck out. That was his previous strategy. Like Azul mentioned on his podcast also. Like he played Shauna to ensure that he will win the deck out war. But whereas in NAIC he decided to go with the Phoebe instead, like a direct answer. So like, do you think like because of all these factors and because of like how the meta game turned out that he actually won the whole thing? I mean, he actually went like 10-0.
10-0.
Which is quite insane in this kind of like.
I will feel like he
tournament.
really knows his own deck. Like he really can play his own deck well. That's why he's like.
I feel like the understanding of each matchup also. If you watch closely at the finals, how he plays is really like he understands the deck very well and he understands that sometimes, because he's not playing. I always bash Bibarel. Because like but the way he plays is like he's maximizing his odds because the way that he like thin his deck, the way that he knows that he has to push for the extra 1 to 2 cards. Sometimes you wonder like why is he like discarding like nonsense or like discarding key resources, because he knows that if he don't draw if he don't draw like that card during that turn through Bibarel, he just loses the game which I feel is, I don't know, I'm still on the Inteleon train but I won't say it's a bad deck, but I also won't say it's a like,
because I think slapping it down stops the
Roxanne
Roxanne path thing. So it's
exactly like so. I think that's one of the huge reasons like why he might contribute, like the contributing reason why he did as well as he did because like most of the decks these days they want to Roxanne path you.
Yeah, the moment you hit the
at a specific turn.
exactly.
At one specific turn they need to do that. But if you are the Bibarel, it's like
and plus one thing I really like about like this deck in particular is because of the 4 manis and the 4 path Basically every deck hits path now these days. Like if you are playing, unless you are playing Arceus, like Arceus is the deck that's okay with like the path sticking you play. But if you are playing Palkia, you or Gigas, exactly. So right, okay, coming to Gigas, right? Why do you think that we didn't see like Gigas
all Dualudon,
top 16,
all Dualudon, all Miltank? Where did they all just fall off?
I think because of the Flying Pikachu.
Pikachu.
I think they have ways that. But Ralph got say like you use the Reggie Ice, you can stop the Flying Pikachu. But I don't know maybe they just scared.
How about you?
I think most of people just steered towards Palkia and Inteleon, right? And then the rest of the experimental then will try out these decks. I don't think most people went for Gigas because I think they also decided to stay safe for this tournament.
I mean, it's the one of the you earn the most money one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
earn most money.
How about Nicholas? Why do you think like we didn't see like
Yeah,
Gigas?
for me, like you mentioned earlier about how Milwaukee, people just like whatever. I think when it comes to NIC, you're a bit more serious. I think there definitely people play, definitely, but like most people, I think those kind of players probably just fell off the wayside. The
The
most
jumbo
serious
one?
players, huh?
The jumbo,
The jumbo guy.
jumbo deck.
Shout out to the jumbo guy,
Like for me, I think one of the reasons why like we didn't actually see Gigas is because it's not a bad deck per se, but
Yeah.
more like it cannot handle the pressure of the.
But the
consistency.
V-Union, the Mew also eat the Gigas, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
and like as in like these kind of decks, right? They cannot like handle the rounds, the 14 rounds. Like you have to. It's crazy. You have to get like what 15 rounds. Sorry, not even 14 rounds. So you have to get like 35 match points to make top 8, which is like I don't know 12 wins at least. So like even Kaiwen like bubble off like with 11 wins, 11 wins out of 15 rounds,
Insane,
and you
insane number of wins,
and you still bubble. So it's like
And
I
he
think,
fought someone that's like good one, right?
Exactly.
His
Yeah.
opponents were all good.
And
yeah.
all the I think the mentality stepping into these kind of big events is like, okay, all these top players, they just want to play something that as consistent as possible lah. So like I really like it really opened up my like take on the game these days, because like now you see like if you look at Azul's deck, it doesn't like have any fancy stuff. The only thing I would call attack is probably like the Phoebe, which is just the answer to the Miltank. Yeah, and the rest of the time is probably like just Trinity Nova for 200 or like Max Balloon.
Just hit you every turn.
Yeah, like it's so simple, but yet it's so effective. Why? Because it works every single game. It works lah. Yeah. So I'm
Finding the
quite-
$1 card
yeah,
value already.
Well,
quite inspired lah. Yeah, if you
I
see
think
it
first
all.
day also got one guy play the Rapid Strike Malama.
Yeah, Ross, the legend,
Ross,
the legend
yeah,
Ross
yeah.
Cotton, the
Ross,
guy, the
yeah.
only
AKA
guy who's
Mushroom.
the guy who's played in every Worlds
Yeah,
tournament
yeah.
so far. Yeah, the only one who played every
Yeah,
Worlds
I mean,
tournament.
yeah, you see, like
So,
why.
like, we respect for the guy, for like to play Rapid Strike
Exactly.
Malama.
In this meta, which like people forgotten about that,
Yeah.
because like Greninja, Radiant Greninja is everywhere. So
Yeah.
you have to waste that one band spot for mana fee, which is so like not good lah for the deck. Yeah. So like
That's why that whole that thing on stream, where he thought that by using the scoop up net on Sobble,
Yeah.
it's only on the random fee to put the Sobble down.
Oh my god.
And then just got eaten alive.
yeah,
immediately
exactly. So like it's, really shout out to him lah. Like really respect, like mad props, bring maybe like he's so familiar with the deck that like, and he's definitely a very very good player lah. Yeah, that's why like he's willing to bring this kind. Yeah, so like in top 4, let's talk a bit about Sanders deck. Like,
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Which is like, I think
let's go to the deck
highlight,
that,
right?
Let's go to the deck that everyone was talking about on the weekend. Sander bought another stall. So goodbye Umbreon VMAX, and say hello to Mewtwo V-UNION. So the whole aim is to just stack this Mewtwo V-UNION from your opponent,
Heal
and then
200.
just like heal 200 every turn and say, heal 200 pass, heal 200 pass.
The most exciting part of his deck is he flip 2 dice for the Silene.
Yeah.
That's the most exciting
Yeah,
part.
the next part of the combo is
Yeah.
to abuse Silene with Pelpat so that your deck will never deck out.
And team
Yao.
Yeah, Team Yao, to slow down your opponent as well.
The
Once again, another
So
big brain
wait,
deck.
would you play this deck?
Yeah.
Oh, you play this right?
Yeah. If you don't want to have friends.
Okay.
It's okay Winners don't need friends. Yeah,
I mean, if you're a winner, people want to buy your deck, right?
not wrong.
do you feel like it's quite unfortunate for him that he actually met Azul in top 4 instead of like finals?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if the bracket was like in another way, like he probably would have won the whole thing.
Whole thing.
Yeah, because okay, like I mean not the whole like this kind of decks like is the main issue is time lah,
Yes,
time rules
correct.
lah, as usual, time will always screw you.
Because the aim is just take that game 1, right?
Yeah,
Game
take
one,
that 50 minutes, out of the 50
Bro,
minutes.
if this guy wins the whole thing, it's the darkest timeline.
No,
Yeah,
true
if
lah.
you are in the darkest timeline,
But if
you
you
win the whole
think-
thing.
if you think
Just
about
stand there with the-
If you think about it, he didn't drop a single series until
Yeah.
top 4 because like out of like the throughout day 1 and day 2, he went like X something X, like he either win or tie.
Or tie lah,
yeah, there was no like loss.
Yeah.
So it's like quite insane like and the idea behind is very genius actually, because like everything in the format hits for like as in
Below 200.
below 200.
200 or below.
200 or
And
below,
if it
right?
hits above 200, you
He
have
still have
your
cook.
He can cook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ah.
which heals 70,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is like Yeah, I mean like probably he. I mean if you take this deck, you will meet round 1 Raichu V, then like okay lah, you just shake the person head lah. But he was expecting the whole meta game, you know, to be like just Palkias and Arceus, which
They
normally
can't hit you hard enough.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
V-Stars
Yeah.
like drop the. We've lost that whole one hit KO. We've gone gone down to
now,
2 KO.
yeah, which is more. Do you agree?
And also the darkness decks have just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
completely gone after Palkia took top.
All the
all
darkness
the
decks,
Mew
yeah.
all the
Baby
Mew
Moltres.
VMAX also like
Yeah.
gone. Then the darkness decks
Which
started
is
disappearing.
why this, I think that's a huge factor lah. Which
Yeah.
is why like Mewtwo V-UNION actually you can actually play these days
Yeah.
because like you don't have weakness ma, because no weakness then how to hit 300 plus
Yeah, exactly.
without weakness, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this deck don't need to bench a lot also. If you play against
Exactly.
Palkia, you only need like 1 to 2.
Or you can have no bench also actually.
Yeah.
Like
That's why the
yeah,
Kobe
yeah.
VMAX come in.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is why I say it's very unfortunate. Cause like
All the
okay,
fight
like,
you meet the one guy.
And
Yeah.
Azu was only like playing the I mean okay, it's for the Mew matchup, and plus it was just a way to just evolve the Kobe so that people cannot
Yeah,
take the
can't
easy to
tell,
rise. Yeah. So it's like quite insane when you think about it. Like
And since that thing doesn't take knockouts, doesn't really want to take knockouts
Yes.
anyway, so the Kobe VMAX just like
the way he built this deck is very very smart also, because like he got all his base covered, you know. He's like, okay, if I'm the opponent, what can I do against my own deck, you know?
Yeah.
So like you see the Paracel, right?
Yeah.
You know, stop poison because like you know Kobe VMAX, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, very genius. Yeah.
And you can get back anything you need with Silene.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you don't
Sounds
flip
cool.
like 8 tails in a row or something
So,
lah.
Yeah, and if you need more hammers, you can just Silene back some more hammers.
Exactly. Yeah.
So just to let people know, you cannot quick ball the Mew V-UNION.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it's
Not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
basic.
It's
A
not
lot
a
of people
basic Pokemon.
will ask me
Yeah,
lah.
yeah, yeah.
Quick ball away can
Quick ball away.
Quick ball
can.
away,
Yeah,
but
but you cannot like search
you
it.
can't
Yeah,
search
you
it
can't
with
search
quick
it.
ball.
Yeah.
You can't use a heavy ball.
Like the only thing
To
that
find
can
the
search
extra.
is the
Exactly.
Ultra Ball and the Familiar Bell.
Heavy balls
yeah.
also
So,
can.
Heavy balls
yeah,
okay, yeah.
so in top 4, right, he actually played he played against Azul like game 2, right. He actually used the
Wait,
one of
heavy
the
ball
attacks.
came at this great
No,
ball,
cannot.
right?
No,
Yeah,
great
yeah,
ball.
yeah,
Great
heavy,
ball,
heavy
okay,
ball
yeah.
cannot find it.
Heavy
Yeah.
ball,
Yeah.
So back to the game 2 in top
Yeah.
4, right. He actually did the attack, put 16 damage counters
Yes.
on your opponent's Pokemon. Yeah, that's also actually one of the why this deck so good? Not only like in decking out people, like store, you can call it a store. It actually has a win condition, which is to do 300 damage every turn with Mew.
Which is seldom seen in the
Which-
Sender watching deck.
Yeah.
So it's very genius the way he came up with the deck. Yeah.
I miss that they put damage counters. Just reminds me of like
Push.
Espeon and
Yeah.
Espeon
Oh,
and
yeah. Espeon Deoxys.
Espeon Deoxys GX a long time ago.
And why this deck so good is that Japan, I never see people really play
Exactly,
like this.
because
So like he
as
really
usual,
is homebrew.
yeah.
His homebrew
Yeah.
is big.
Then you see on Twitter all the Japanese people also very hyped about
Yeah,
this.
they're
They're
mind-blown.
creating guides about this as
Yeah.
well already. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
a few guides about this, how to
I
play.
mean, if it's the first time you're playing against him and your deck is not designed to win him, you probably just lose the game. Like the best you can hope for is a tie. You know, like, which is why it's very scary, you know, when like, especially if you are preparing for Worlds. I mean, like, you know, like suddenly such a deck pop out, you won't, you're not sure if like you should be like prepared against this kind of decks. Yeah.
That's yeah.
You have to
Exactly.
dedicate a few slots for this deck, then you wow.
And
And the best part is probably Sander will never play this deck again.
as
Yeah.
it's like a.
Like the
I won't
Umbra
say
from
it's
before.
I won't say it's a one-time wonder kind of thing, because
No, it's not. Of course not. But
Yeah.
like because he himself says, man, now that the secret is out, there's no point playing it already.
exactly. This is why he's such a scary player to play against, because like
Then he sit down, he open view and I like.
and you won't know what he's bringing to the tournament.
Yeah.
Also a bit unfortunate for him that like he appeared so early on stream, because if like imagine his deck like you either see it until like maybe like round 10, round 11.
Then
Or
suddenly
that
you see
would be
like
more
Sander,
insane.
Mewtwo V-UNION list
Yeah.
on Pokestats or something, they'll be like, what the?
Yeah, exactly. Like
So Wayne, if you day 2 on Worlds, you know, first round 1, then you
You
see
see Sender
Sander's name.
watching, you just shake his hand first.
Hi,
Singapore.
hi from Singapore.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My gosh, yeah. So maybe we will probably see this in our local tournaments coming up, you know,
Yeah.
all the want to buy new V-Unions coming already. Let's also talk about the
boogeyman of the format.
Palkia VSTAR. So there are two different, like I would say two different kinds of top of Palkia made the top 8. So we got Isiah's one. Among, so his one is the more
4 VIP pass.
the
Three
kind of
Sobble.
like three
Three
but yeah, three Sobble.
Okay, yeah.
Three Sobble, yes, no.
I haven't tested. I'm not sure, but 4 VIP pass is
Would you cut one VIP pass for one more solver?
no.
You will
Because
play 4.
yeah, because the reason why I'll play 4-4 if I'm not playing Luminon.
4 as in 4 battle VIP,
4
4
VIP, 4 VIP pass, 4 Irida.
Ah, okay.
So I have 8 outs on turn 2. Yeah, which is insane. Means I seldom I will miss my VIP pass. Yeah.
In this case, would you no, remember when we discussed about Palkia, like you play the 1 battle VIP with Luminion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in this case, would you add the Luminion? Or is it a 2 price liability already?
Yeah, okay, because I don't know, but I really like Luminion because if you go second, it's like you are guaranteed, so-called, okay, not guaranteed, but you have like what, 16 outs to the VIP pass, and you save like 3 slots. Basically, you're trading like 3 slots for other cards. Then again, the argument comes that like if I open Luminion, out of 14 rounds, I'm bound, if I'm playing best of 3, I'm bound to open Luminion one of the rounds. And then it's like so hard to come back from there also. Yeah, so I mean, down to preference.
Or it's not like Isiah's turn 1,
Yeah. Then
One
shit like this happen,
Yeah.
like I don't know, but I really like his list lah. If you ask me, like it's
Any
the
part you
only
would change?
what I would change. I'm not sure about the money though. Like that's the only like question mark, because I think the idea behind the money is like he probably just wants like one supporter which he can search and do a hand refresh.
Yeah,
So
in
in
case
case
it's
like
stuck.
sometimes the hand is so bad or you just need to draw extra cards. Because most of the time you have like Greninja to fix that problem lah. Yeah. Other than that, I really love the list lah. I feel like for
If you just want to refresh the hand, why don't you just play the Shauna?
Shauna, because you want to disrupt.
You want to disrupt,
you don't want to because sometimes your opponent just don't step into rocks and that fast. Like sometimes you just need to, especially against Mirror, sometimes you
You
like,
irritate them a bit.
you just money them, then maybe if they don't draw any like of their Inteleon line, then you're dead. That's
Just to add to that as well, like with Barney, you can like 100% the cards that like in your hand won't be in your
You can
won't be in your next hand.
yeah. Shauna, you might draw back into the shit deck cards.
Nonsense that you got, like you shuffle a
like,
very fast, and then draw back the very I think lah. That's
be like, what the heck? Be like,
Yeah, Wayne, I think we were discussing earlier also about Tool Scrapper in this list.
Yeah, I feel 2 Gemmer might be a better call for this meta because of like potential Reggie Gigas and a few other lightning type decks. I think the Zeraora with the super effective classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for 2 Scrapper, it's a main counter against the Baby Jolteon with the memory capsule.
Yeah.
Which we don't see a lot recently. I mean, if you can see.
Yeah, so that's falling off the wayside a bit.
Yeah, because the deck is too
Then
slow.
they keep for worlds, then they show you there.
Suddenly everybody come with wait, Bibarel.
That's why I feel like we're in an awkward spot right now, because like there's like basically there's only like two okay, I mean I don't count Mew because like Celebration Mew is like at the start of the format you just go to WoW, you just run through people, okay fine. But now like the format already has like so-called stabilized itself. Like there's these 2 school of thoughts If I'm playing Bibarel, if people are playing Jolteon, like it doesn't affect me. Yeah. But then if I'm playing Inteleon, if people play Jolteon, it affects me. Then there are this third group of people which if I play Inteleon, if I play Jolteon, if I don't meet the Inteleon players, my Jolteon useless.
Yeah, you got
so you get this very weird.
about 6 useless cards.
So you get this very weird dynamic between this school of thinking. So,
But now with the Irida, it stops already, Like you can Irida find the 2
if you can get it out, so
that's why that's why we see like a lot of leases now. They especially Palkia leases, they lean towards Irida rather than professor research or like just draw like the typical like old decks, old melody decks which last time they used to like they just want a turbo through your deck, draw cards. Whereas now it's like Irida gives you the advantage of specific search which I feel is always better lah.
And it works well with Inteleon decks also.
Yeah, I'm a strong believer of tutor rather than drawing to your boss order to win the game. Yeah, I hate that shit Yeah, I mean, okay, no doubt, correct. You can make the odds higher for yourself to draw to the boss order, but like why do that while you can just search for
It's like you see you cannot say Bibarel as well because you see Zorak last time also same like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
no,
but technically
Genesect
V. Technically Genesect V.
So like my argument for that is because Mew, if you compare Genesect and Bibarel, right? Why Mew? I feel that why I always say Mew very consistent, but then when I see Genesect, when I see Bidoof or basically Bibarel I say shit. Okay. Simple reason, because like Mew itself has so many cards you can burn and you can join so many cards per turn. Whereas Bibarel, your maximum each turn, I give you on average, you're drawing like 3 cards. And the 3 cards, because your deck is designed in a way that you cannot burn cards. Unlike Mew, every card, every resource you hold in your hand.
Can just throw one.
Yeah, you can throw or you can hold lah if it's important resource. Which is why I think Mew has one of the highest skill cap lah. If you ask me, is insane. It's very hard to. It's an easy deck to learn, but very hard deck to master because of like sequencing your management resource. Like what if I throw this power tablet now? What if I need like 2 turns later, 3 turns later? Yeah.
So I ask you, if you play 5,000 matches of
Yeah.
Mew, will you be good in Mew?
I think you have to play with the logic of understanding why you do certain things. Because some people just play for the sake of playing, which is playing 1,000 games a week doesn't mean you're a good player. But playing 100 games of knowing why you actually lost and how, or like why you actually win makes you a better player. So I think must play with understanding lah. Cause I see a lot of people they just play for the sake of playing these days. Like sometimes they don't think through their they're just going through their emotion, which is like very like okay to me it's like cause I really love playing the game.
You see, I really.
That's why I told you before. I really love Pokemon.
Yeah, if you know me personally or like you come to GG, you like most of the time I'm just playing cards like
Not long, right?
yeah, like if you ask me to play with you, I won't reject you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I really love
Pokemon TCG.
So like because to me like since you're already playing, then try to make the best out of it lah. Don't just like I mean okay, some people enjoy playing casual decks. I can understand like not competitive decks, fun decks. I mean I also enjoy exactly like if you know me from the old days, I play control like crazy like like.
So when you are
now,
testing decks,
yes.
if you have a bad start, will you restart the game or you play finish?
No, I will just play. I'll just play out lah. Like okay, I think that's a very interesting topic. Like because to me cause you can't expect every hand, every 7 cards, to be perfect because there are situations where you're put in like imagine you are like what you're win and in at like I don't know some major tournament or whatever
or game 3 at NAIC.
Exactly. Then you draw like that. You have to try to play it out lor.
Yeah, your best outs. Play to your best outs.
Getting out of bad start is a skill.
Because you can always plan how to have a good start. So I just you pick 7 cards from your deck, you start with the thing you can have a good start.
Yeah,
but how do you plan the bad start?
Exactly.
Put the
Which
energy
is
back
why.
to the
Which is why I think that's like the difference between like a good player and a really good player lor. Which is like you see all those players that why we say they're very good because they are consistently. Doesn't matter if like out of like 10 games like their hand good or bad, but they still produce the results because they play out of their hand. They play to their best outs.
Yep.
I mean sometimes okay, of course sometimes there's you cannot play the hand unplayable nonsense. Okay, you don't tilt lah because the game is like that ma. If the game is not like that, you just go play chess lah. I mean correct or not? Chess is like pure skill, 0 luck involved, right? Exactly. So like so I feel like correct lor. Like it's just don't give up so early lah. Like I see a lot of players, sometimes when like they meet into like this situation where they think there's no outs. But then just try to play off because even no matter how small the out is, maybe it's like a 5% chance. Who knows? Maybe your opponent, maybe he misplay or you already hit that 5%. Like sometimes you have to use flying Pikachu's fly.
Yes, about to say that.
Or like Thundershock,
Thundershock
like those kind of small things. Sometimes I mean, if it's the only out, then you have to try lah. Never try, never know ma.
Just roll the hits.
Roll the head.
50-50 anyway.
If you watch the video, you're watching the video version of this podcast, you can see Jeremy's passion in his face, how much he really loves Pokemon.
Really love Pokemon.
Really love Pokemon.
Okay, speaking of good players, right? Let's also look at another good player's version of Palkia. So Gustavo's Palkia had Crobat inside. I think it's not a very common inclusion. Leong as well. Rare Candy, I think that was one. I think the idea. That was an idea that was like
from Japan.
Stuff.
From
and the one we had better VP pass. I think most most of the started playing with the most early Palkia Inteleon builds.
Yeah, but he don't play Luminion, but instead he plays Crobat V.
To draw the
interesting.
To draw into the card.
Is to get the better VIP pass right if you start first.
Yeah, I guess so, and like
or hit the Irida.
Or hit the Irida if you go second. Yeah. But I feel like the main reason why he actually played the Crobat is because like sometimes the deck you just need to draw lah.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like I've been testing Palkia so much. Sometimes your hand is just screaming, okay, I need a refresh. Or like I need to draw more cards.
Yeah, like you have like maybe 2 or 3 hand
Yeah,
cards,
yeah, so
like perfect with a quick ball or Irida, and you'll be like,
awkward.
oh, like, just not enough resources. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that combat will help you push just to get that little bit more.
How about Rare Candy? You think is
I think it's a good
inclusion?
card.
Can try.
It's like the surprise come from behind one.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
got 2, then then you just rare candy.
Yeah.
Then you find the search 2 one.
I think there's a lot of value behind
Yeah,
the Rare
the
Candy.
Rare Candy.
Because if you whiff the turn, especially in Mirror, you whiff the turn 1 Palkia, like you are unable to find a Palkia, right? You can just attach to your Sobble.
Yeah.
Then next turn you can actually have an attacker because you just Irida into the Rare Candy into the Inteleon.
Yes, correct.
And your Inteleon can actually do damage.
Yeah, the
to the
120.
Palkia. Yeah. So I think
the
very
Rare
genius.
Candy is good, yeah.
Whoever thought of it in Japan, props to you.
Yeah.
It negates the going second. It doesn't make going second so painful or like whiffing the Palkia so painful.
True. There's also a tool jammer in this list, not a tool scrapper, and no path to the peak.
Yep.
But there is a Roxanne, and there is a Leon.
Yeah.
No path. Yes. No.
I like Leon.
I like Leon. I like Leon.
also.
And choice
Thoughts on no path? Like
No, I feel like
you
I
feel
don't
like you
know.
have to play the path.
I don't know. I just feel like
Path
it's like the meta now is just like shifted like near late game. You're gonna just try to disrupt your opponent to try to get that comeback victory.
which is the Roxanne pick.
Roxanne path to the peak. I mean, it's something that we discussed also for the Indonesia regional last episode as well. Like it's something that's just like totally dominated the meta. Everyone's gonna play Roxanne path. You got to just anticipate it or play yourself.
But if everybody's playing path, why are you playing path?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like his thought process is like
Let your
if
opponent
I'm
play the
playing,
card for you.
if I'm playing mirror, right, my opponent don't want to put the path so as early as possible. So like I can get away with like just playing trading court if I have to bump away the path to use my star bottle.
Especially if
Which
you're
is
playing
quite-
a lot, if
yeah.
you're
It's
anticipating
very
a lot of mirror
important because
matches.
you need to bump for the Crobat also sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I and thoughts on training court versus Temple of Sinon. Yeah, in Palkia.
Training card I think better,
But help your opponent also lah.
but it doesn't matter ma.
You want to
If
help
you go
yourself
fast,
more
you really go
important.
faster.
You want to help yourself more important.
Yeah,
right?
because his energy count is low also.
Yeah, it's just 7, not the not the normal number. I think Isiah plays also played 7.
All of them play 7, which
Yeah.
is
A bit
Scary?
dangerous.
I wouldn't say it's scary, but you have to play tighter lor. You have to play very tight. You have to know like because the reason why they play training court. I mean when I see the list I feel like because sometimes you no choice, your Greninja have to go like you have to throw aggressively with Greninja.
Yep.
But then the training court like gives you the buffer of like being able to take back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like if you compare it to Thoughts list played Nessa instead, which is I think it's okay, but you're wasting the supporter for the turn. Which is like sometimes you cannot afford, like me, especially like games these days, turn 4, turn 5, we have a winner already.
Yeah.
Super fast. So pretty good lah, the training court I would say. But then comes again the argument where like if I put down training court in the mirror, my opponent benefits from it
Yes.
also.
Yeah.
mah.
We'll also get to
Yeah,
get up and then
so-
draw 2.
But then sometimes like you said just now lah, it's more important for you to advance. Since you're already advancing
To
so
get
far,
across, yeah.
just let your opponent try to catch up lor. Be the one that is like forcing the answer rather than having the answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we're also seeing Capacious Bucket as a 3 off rather than a 4 off.
Only
Yes,
top play
yeah.
4.
Only
Yeah.
But Thought is king of consistency, right? So everything must play 4,
But
4, 4.
I think 3 is the
It's okay.
correct-
Yeah.
correct
But
count
2
lah.
is no 2. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, then one thing I noticed about all these lists that like made it top 8 is cross feature. Yeah.
Over boss orders.
Yeah, which I think is
I mean, you're playing Irida anyway.
Yeah,
You might as well
exactly.
use that, and you're playing Inteleon line. You must have use that.
I mean,
right?
in the,
Yeah.
like if people play DNC, I don't know.
Yeah.
And plus like our meta now I would say is exactly similar with Japan except for the Go set lah, which is coming out. Then it's quite interesting to know to like see that if you base off Japan meta, right, all of them actually played cross feature, and all of them like already showed that Palkia is so good.
Yeah.
So like right now we are like following their footsteps, So do you feel like this puts us at a disadvantage stepping into Worlds? Because for the Japanese they've been playing this format for quite some time. So there might be something that they have tested. They're like,
But isn't
we
it
don't
always
know.
like this? Japanese always play the future, ma.
Exactly.
But
so,
not every year they win, ma.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Think
I
about
mean, not
this.
wrong, not
Yeah.
wrong. Plus, but next year rotation will be different, which is I think
So
very cool.
do you think there's a chance that we might like synchronize with Japan?
Yeah, they are already I think for us lah, we
Like,
will synchronize
yeah.
with them lah, because our Q set normally it comes out in August, but now it's coming out in September, which is like, and they said like they will rotate everything at like December, right?
Yeah, so the
Start of
announcement,
Jan.
the new announcement,
Start,
yeah.
yeah.
The new announcement is that they will the TPCI region, so that means away from Asia, will be following the TPC Japan style of rotation, which is in early January. So I believe for this year the rotation was around second week or something like that.
Yeah.
So a few
Pretty
days
cool,
apart for the different countries, but basically all on the same line.
Finally synchronized after so
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
yeah.
If only the entire tournament organization was also synchronized.
That's a
well,
topic for another day.
That's true. That's true. We have another topic. Let's go to the other deck that made top 8. I believe our champion is very familiar with this main hero of this one instead.
No more trust.
Yeah, but no Moltres anymore. Yeah, I mean no Mew.
No Mew, yeah.
Yeah.
So Brian Kim, he got, I believe, was fourth place.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's got the semifinals with Arceus Inteleon. Very straightforward, I would say.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah. Because you can play Pokemon all the time
Yes.
with this deck.
Yeah.
So
Which is
Nothing
his
wrong.
goal lah.
yeah.
I really love this lah. I really.
Which is the reason why I feel like even though Japan have a head start, right? I think the one that have the most consistent list and can really play the deck well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even though Pokemon Go set is coming up, if you have a deck that really suits your style, I think you'll do well in the next tournament now, which is Worlds, I guess.
Usually a subset, the cards at least are a bit smaller, so it won't impact as much. Hopefully lah. I cannot say that for Zorak lah that time lah. But like anytime else, like usually like you see like Dragon Majesty.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's- yeah. Oh wait, cannot
Which
also.
is
They'll got Quagsire.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
How do
yeah.
you feel about like Pokemon throwing us this curveball? You know, we could have stepped into like Worlds with this like very solidified.
I think they always like to do. I feel like they love to do this kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Remember, I think it was 2019 Worlds,
Yeah,
right?
pre-rotation, right?
Was a
Yeah,
made quite well by
yeah,
surprise, and then
exactly,
everybody was like,
exactly,
"Oh my gosh!"
So do you feel like it's a good thing for the game? Do you feel like?
But I feel I will feel that rotate first before going there is it's more funny because all the Inteleon player will just then it's like then just take the 2 barrel. It's like it's quite fun ma. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean okay lah. They have to keep things interesting lah, which is like, but then as a player, I don't know. Like I spend so much time, like playing this meta game that like suddenly you show me a curveball, and I'll be like, oh, okay. So I have to leave it to like my instinct, so called prediction.
Foundation still there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also
Like
not just
stepping
you, but
into-
but like hundreds upon hundreds
Yeah,
of
yeah,
people
exactly.
qualified.
If they
as well,
rotate
right?
first, you will see AzulGG sitting on the throne.
Oh.
He'll sit there on the throne.
With
Yeah.
the Pikachu flying.
With the Pikachu
Yeah.
flying. Yeah.
So like okay, an interesting thing also like his list, right? If you compare to pre-Astral Radiance, there's only one card difference. You just add Roxanne in.
And the matches, and you do
Yeah.
you do the same money path, Roxanne path, but
Yeah.
even more like
Exactly. So like this deck, I would say it's overpowered, it's strong.
But
It's
Collapse
just-
is also new, right? Is it?
No.
no. I think
have
because like you to bump
2-1.
away, you don't want to play
I thought
Pugable
people
because
say
it's a
that.
bad start. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's also very interesting is he played 4-4 Drizzle, which I think is very very good. Like you really get to play Pokemon in this deck,
Consistency.
unless you are super unlucky.
Or very bad at the game.
Yeah, cause like this deck all you want is like thermal attachment, like serious, like you just need one to the Arceus. Don't care what kind of energy. I mean best is water energy. If
Yeah.
you're going first, if you're going second, okay, Trinity charge. Feels good. Yeah. Feels good.
it just shows.
But the
that,
thing is,
yeah.
you can Melanie also. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like you
Which
walk
is
in
why
Melanie.
this deck is I feel like it's something
it's like you don't know what to play, just play this.
yeah,
deck.
correct.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't hurt if you go first or second.
yeah.
You know this is the kind of deck you want to play going to such a huge tournament. 1,000 plus people. Every round I see now I can play Pokemon. I'm happy. This is the deck for you.
I think besides Gustavo as well, the other Palkia list, there's like, Azul did play Raihan, but I noticed that this Inteleon deck, Brian's deck didn't play
Raihan is-
Raihan
yeah.
isn't. Yeah.
Melanie.
Is Raihan like more like falling on the wayside? Like because with Melanie you don't have to wait for your opponent to take a knockout, and you plus you draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
But with Raihan you cancel for any card, but you get a knockout. But you need to be knocked out previously, so. You
I'm
think
actually surprised that because okay for Azul right he's unable to play Melody because his deck is
yeah,
like
correct.
lightning
So
and
yeah,
dark energy.
yeah. So
So-
Raihan is
Raihan
obvious-
makes sense because like
obvious,
you
yeah.
want to suddenly appear the
The
Pikachu,
Pikachu,
yeah
yes.
because Pikachu is just like one lightning and one DT so he can like cheat out the Pikachu. But for Arceus Inteleon, most of the time if you plan to attack with Inteleon already, you can actually pre-plan your turns because this deck is so straightforward that your opponent knows what you're doing, but they can't stop
you, yeah.
Which is why this deck is so scary. If you play it to perfection, it's very hard to stop you because every time you're just doing 200.
Yeah.
You know when to heal, when to disrupt your opponent with money, when do I rock sand, when do I... If you see the list, you only play one boss order.
Yeah.
That's how
confident he is.
Yeah.
how
So it's like
clean his plays
you
is,
play
you
against
know.
this deck, right? It's just
Yeah.
the Arceus taking a very big spoon, he run towards you, then just hit you 200. Like,
Yeah,
Just skip you 200, like, just
hit you 200
yeah.
until you fall, you
Yeah.
know, that kind of thing. Yeah, which is but yeah, there's nothing much for me to say because it's really so simple. The deck is so simple. Like any guy.
Like
can
you only
take-
have one game plan.
Yeah, exactly.
You just
so
play.
Yes.
if you want to learn how to play Pokemon, right?
This
I would
is the
say,
deck.
yeah,
Start with
you
Arceus
start with
first.
this deck because this deck is so simple that yeah, you have to find. If you really have to fight, I mean, you have to fight for your victory, because your opponent know what you're gonna do, you know what you're gonna do, but most of the time you lose because you misplay, not because your opponent outplay you.
Because your deck can do whatever you want to do all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Which is do 200 damage forever.
Yeah.
Every single turn.
Yeah.
Since the Arceus V-STAR, partner or no partner, you know,
Yeah,
Arceus
yeah.
V-STAR is probably the real.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like the
Be there.
card is so strong. Like
Yeah, it's so strong. You search
such a
anything.
for any
yeah,
two
what an
cards at
insane
any
ability.
point,
Yeah.
at any point in the game, you know.
You search finish, you put the buff down. I don't need already.
Yeah, exactly.
The deck don't need already. Don't scare me.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
play
exactly.
the buff down. You no Greninja, no nothing.
Yeah,
Then just hit you every time with 200. Yeah, you just.
I mean, wow, so good, so good.
But this one me standard watching a bit sad.
Yeah. That's why the standard.
Bong 200.
That's why the standard deck is so genius also.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He really exploit the meta game law. Like he knows that wow, everybody's hitting 200. I just hit 200, then I wait for you to call.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then laugh at you.
Flip 2 coins.
Yeah.
I think one thing I like to mention is that what happened to
I think it's PTC.
what happened to Mew? You know, where did he go?
Okay, I have a theory.
okay, let's hear the theory.
Okay. As much as Mew is so consistent, right? You see decks these days, everybody's playing freaking Path to the Peak, right?
Yeah, it's just a
So
nervy
if
deck
you are a
now.
Mew player, it feels really terrible.
Yeah, you get nerfed
If-
for no reason.
No, if and especially if you're going second, right? Your opponent just puts a Path to the Peak, like turn 1. And you have zero replacement stadium,
Yeah.
0 outs to get the stadium on turn 1. You know, it's just like ridiculous. Yeah.
So Mew might not be the play for Wolves. Nicholas.
Oh, will it? Oh,
I don't know. Like
Play the 4 Tower of Darkness. Mew. And
and
one Deoxys.
One Deoxys.
The 5 cards of Doom.
one Pumpkaboo.
Yeah, then you just.
You can see me.
You can see Azul has been playing Mew almost every single tournament, and the moment he changed to Arceus, flying Pikachu.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, like I feel like it feels bad as a Mew player. I feel bad stepping into a tournament knowing that I have to play Mirror and I have to play against Path. Because Mirror is a shit show shit fest Whoever wins the coin flip has such a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Especially these days.
The catcher is now
No,
back.
even
catcher
if
is
I'm
back.
going second, like if I play catchers, I just have to flip heads and then like my opponent be like, okay, you win the game.
And the
you know?
thing is, you hit things so fast, then you plus you buff level might still kena Roxanne.
yeah,
Then you like want to cry already.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, Roxanne. Okay,
Like Mew is a very
Yeah.
high roll deck these days, in my opinion. Not that it's a bad deck, but more of like you have sometimes things like I mean you can't control, you know, you can't control your opponent having Path turn 1.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
something out of your control. Like you can play the best Pokemon, but if you can't play Pokemon at all, that's just sad lah. That's just,
Yeah.
You can thin your deck as much as you can,
Exactly,
and then take
exactly.
Roxanne Path into one battle where people pass and one Pokemon, and then just stare at the
you
ceiling.
know, you can always play to your best outs, but sometimes you know, luck is a thing lah.
Yeah, that is always a big
yeah,
factor.
like especially at such a high level, you know, everybody is playing so good, clean Pokemon.
I'm just
the
looking
changing
at
factor is
the
like
highest
luck.
placed Mew
I think it's probably 16,
VMAX is
right?
18.
18, not even 16.
So 16 not sure what the deck the play
Oh,
play whatever
okay.
checking Pokestats, and after that the next Mew is all the way down to 34.
Yeah, I feel like it just got caught in the crossfire lah, which like. You know all these Pikachu decks, you know all these flying Pikachu, they play 4 Path.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know their main aim is just to stop Greninja actually.
Then it's
Yeah.
like you down there,
Yeah.
you do your flying thing, then the Meloretta, then I also cannot hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Quite
I
sad,
feel
quite sad.
like
Yeah.
if you are looking to just do well, and you pray that you hit the correct matchups, Mew is still a good deck lah. Because Mew actually rewards the player for playing well, but
Yeah.
Palkia is just overpowered. It also rewards you for playing well.
You see, the thing is, if Palkia is overpowered, people are ready to counter Palkia.
Yeah. That's why
So,
Mew,
like,
No, it just so happened that
It just happened to like you.
like the path
yeah.
is like a counter to Palkia
Yeah.
also. So like it's not like Mew got like caught in the crossfire lah, like I said.
Unfortunate, really.
Unfortunate, no choice.
For me as well, unfortunate. So Mewtwo V-STAR.
Mewtwo V-STAR.
My secret deck comes.
Okay.
Let's cap off this podcast talking about Jeremy's. I really love Pokemon TCG
Two
Open
release.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Open Challenge.
Yes.
So the first 2 legs of the tournament happened the past 2 Sundays, and the next one's happening this Sunday, 3rd July.
Will we upload by then?
I hope so.
We
Okay.
try.
I hope so. Yeah. So highlights of the tournament will be on the pack opening party channel.
Okay.
We'll just
First week.
first
We
week.
don't need to talk so much.
Not about the
The
first
start of the
one.
show, you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Let's ask
Okay.
ask the winner.
Ask the winner.
Yeah. What's the story that you told us, like, behind playing Origin Forme Palkia VSTAR in Inteleon?
No, I think previous week because everybody was on the turbo train, so there was turbo Dialga.
The Melbourne Championship, right? Yeah. Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Champ. So there was a turbo Palkia, turbo Dialga. Everybody was just playing
Yeah, turbo.
Yeah. Then I think the following week everybody was like, let's throw some Inteleon in the mix. And then you realize from I think was it the Milwaukee one, that Inteleon was actually winning turbo Palkias. Yeah, also probably because of consistency over luck or something like that. Then so I decided to try Palkia Inteleon for the week lah. And I actually threw in so many counters. I had 23 one-offs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shows you the power of Inteleon.
Yeah.
I just throw in everything and I really have to search for most of my items lah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like probably like, as I say, top tier deck, right?
Yeah.
And then
So strong, the card.
even the just the past Sunday, like same Sunday as NAIC, also won by Origin Forme Palkia.
No surprises.
Xian won, congratulations to Xian. But his deck had like a
Ice Rider Calyrex.
an extra tech.
Yep.
So it comes like, should we play Ice Rider in Palkia?
It's good against Mirror, right? Against
I would think that
decks.
is a yes. I will feel that it's a yes. It's like a 1-1.
Hmm.
So like the flying Pikachu can't really like just eat everything.
He played 2-2.
He played 2-2.
Oh, you play 2-2, you sent me 2-2.
So the
Even
flying
more
Pikachu
stable.
can really do nothing.
Yeah, you play 2-2
Yeah,
is really,
then-
really
yeah.
difficult. But 2-2 takes up a lot of like
Usually I
crucial
feel
space
like
in
the
your
two
deck as well,
your
right?
two attacker has 2 different weaknesses is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
that's
mean,
what
water they could do that. Darkness.
Yeah.
So that, another
Yeah,
they can
so
do
I
that.
feel it's very good.
So 1-1, 2-2.
I would play 1-1 lah. I mean, you won't see flying Pikachu all the way lah. But I mean, Xian, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you like. Yeah. But for me,
do you think like you should include it in a Palkia deck?
I like, to be honest, I do like Ice Rider. I've been playing Palkia with Ice Rider, not with 2-2 lah. 1-1, trying 1-1. I do like the inclusion. Like most people are caught off guard by having a 3 prizes suddenly appear. The first one go down there and be like, oh crap, we need to take this guy or not, it'll be troublesome. Then you take a 2 prize on my Ice Rider maybe. Then okay, you just took a 2 prize on that. I can focus on the rest already. Rest of the game. So I like the inclusion. Whether to put 2, I even love if you can add 2-2. Just that I feel like Palkia's deck space is so tight to even like include any more. Like just to put in this Ice Rider, what are you taking out? You're taking out like cards maybe like Starmie V, for example, if you were to take out something. And that's another great card against Arceus. So are you like losing another matchup for that? I don't know. But with it, I like it that you are not reliant on your opponent for the damage anymore. Like your opponent can play like how Azul played 1-1. Right, and then you're no longer like stuck to
you're not
that.
like locked by
Not locked by
anything.
that. I'll just put on my Ice Rider. So my Ice Rider will do the big damage I need. So I'm not stuck against like Mewtwo V-UNION, for example. 310 HP, I can definitely hit it now with Inteleon playing with Leong Dragoon plus Ice Rider choice belt.
No belt. 2 gemmer.
Mm.
Mewtwo have the 2 gemmer.
Yeah. That's why we play 2 Scrapper. That's why we do.
How about you, Win? Would you play Ice Rider inside Palkia?
I think for local tournaments it's good to experiment lah. But for something more serious, I would follow those lists of Brian Kim etc. With something very consistent, high counts, and works very easy with lesser thought process into the many lines of play. So the more text you put into a deck, there's really too many lines of play, and then you really need to decide on one. Yeah.
And finally, we come to
I think-
our multiple worlds competitor.
I think it has its merits lah. You can set up a situation where you can checkmate your opponent, which is the only reason I'll run it. And if I'm running it, I'll play Ditto V because
then you got two different ways to like.
Cause like I won't want to. Okay, like if I'm playing against like Palkia, right? If I'm running the pure like the normal Palkia, if I see a Ice Rider Calyrex, you bench down the Ice Rider Calyrex, right? That thing's gonna die that turn if you bench it. For sure.
Especially like
but if I see a Ditto and like you bench an Ice Rider Calyrex, then I'll be like, it's quite hard for me to navigate through that because I have to. No matter what, I have to face down the 3 prizer, which will change my line of play. I probably will go. I mean, like there's a lot of line of plays. I wouldn't like say here. Like you can configure it yourself. Like if you play more, you understand. No, is it like the reason why I like it is because you can set up this situation where you just like put four energies on the Ice Rider Calyrex, go like Roxanne and you go like 2/2. Like you go like 2 prizes, clear of your opponent. But then again, there are situations where the Ice Rider forces you into awkward situation where like you already discarded the energy, right? Then your opponent like money you, disrupt you, then you're stuck the Ice Rider in the active, and you have to find a melody the next turn. So I feel like if you play Ice Rider in the deck, it limits your Star Portal because your Star Portal has to attach to the Ice Rider. Basically, I wouldn't. Of course, you can argue there's melody, but most likely after you melody, you take the 2 prizes, your opponent's gonna disrupt you, and you don't want to leave a 3 prizer with no energy in the active, because that is what good players pray at. Like they catch that shit up, storming for just store enough turns for you for them to
just that one turn is enough usually
for them to like swing back the game into their favor. So I feel like if you want to include in your deck, you must have a very like thought out game plan. You must know when to bench it, like when do I accelerate to it, when do I use it. If not, like I would say, just stick to pure Palkia because Palkia is just really very broken. Even with one bench Pokemon, you are just 2-hitting everything in the format. That's how stupid and ridiculous the card is. And you can weave energy attachment, turn 2 you got 4 energy on the board. I don't know why they print this card. They want everybody to play Mirror until they go hitting. But it's insane. It's insane.
So what we're going to see for this weekend's I really love Pokemon TCG Open Challenge Tournament. Mewtwo V-UNION?
I don't know, but judging from like
Flying Pikachu VMAX?
I mean, judging from the history of like local players, they
jump on the bandwagon.
They like to play those hype decks.
Especially the early weeks, right?
So I think we might see Mewtwo, but then again, like we have time rules also now. Because of this Mewtwo deck, I have to implement time rules.
I gotta really be like strict about it.
Which is like go home. Exactly. So I don't know. I think more people would lean towards like Pikachu maybe. Cause like the cards is accessible, easy accessible.
It's not. It's
I mean I like Mewtwo V-UNION, you have to go buy the box, which is like I don't know where have sell lah. I don't know.
A lot of places have sell.
a lot of places.
Not here lah.
So do you think like what deck will be like this weekend? Sunday? Very curious.
You see Palkia, the next one is
Dialga.
I see actually a lot of people playing Dialga.
The Turbo Dialga, is it the new one?
I think like last Sunday's one was a lot of Turbo Palkias, right?
But I think the deck just
Turbo Dialga,
The deck like weak to Miltank to.
They even they play the Edgy
Celebration.
Slash,
They play Edgy Slash.
With the Edgy Slash, then you can slash through Miltank.
Yes.
They had a new tech to prepare for the Mewtwo V-UNION with the Miltank. So they actually came prepared, but then actually only one of the Mewtwo V-UNION was present.
Only one person play lah.
Only one person play.
That would be insane lah.
But the Mewtwo deck very fun if you know how to play I would say.
Just don't.
No, I mean I'm
not playing the locals
I mean if you
just
play
go play a PTCG or something.
If you play, if you like to play like this kind of decks, I mean locals.
One random kid come in, you play that one.
The kid cry.
He won't come back. I think.
The kid cry. He won't come back.
Why Pokemon I cannot kill one?
But the deck is really fun if you really know how if you know how it actually works, and like while you play to your you feel satisfaction when the deck actually works.
I'm just looking forward to see what standard will bring for Worlds.
Probably I don't know like
that guy can play anything, so it's like
I swear like he just stays as Pokemon cards every day at home probably like he really then like okay, this guy can play.
His one is 3 really.
His one is 3 release, yours 2. Maybe his one got 3 release.
But really mad props to him for like coming out with this kind of like insane decks. I think don't know how.
Other than coming out, it's really playing through the whole thing very well.
I mean because like I think for them like playing is like just like breathing like you know like they won't get tired. I mean I mean like you have to breathe, right? So to them maybe like Pokemon like playing is just like that lor. Come naturally lah. Yeah, which is something I envy lah. Because I get tired after like I don't know 7 rounds, 8 rounds. Of best of 3, yeah.
I know Danny Gigas play 2 round tired.
Yeah.
not one set not one set call you play.
Insert Danny here. Danny Gigas. Like he need all the other Gigas come
together combine it. Okay, dance together.
He can come out. Then he got energy.
That's why he go reservist, he go find.
Oh yes. Summon them. When the first attack, what call the Gigas? One of the Gigas can call other Gigas. So just to cap off the podcast, the plug Jeremy Leong's I really love Pokemon TCG Open Challenge Tournament. So again, the next tournament is happening this Sunday. To register, just head to the Goodness Gracious Games Facebook page. Send a PM, we'll drop you into the registration.
You can win one of these or these.
Yes, so the winner wins a Astro Radiance ETB. And second place, the Cleaver V-STAR.
Maybe Sander Watchik play Cleaver V-STAR.
I don't know. Yeah, you never know, right? You never know.
If you win,
the next card, next box to take a card from.
And if you are the winner, you have a chance to win Playmat also.
Yeah. So there are 4 of these open challenges. The top 4 players, including Wayne, so you might be Wayne if you win.
So now it's Wayne, Yu Xian, so we got 2 more.
2 more spots. So the winner of these 4 players will play a single elimination tournament to win a World's Playmat from London. Jeremy will go and get it and pass it to the winner.
I'll buy for you.
And then like the other 3 players, they will get other stuff lah. I don't know what you
I
buy.
haven't decided yet.
Of course, all the 3 players will go home with something for sure.
For sure, yeah.
But I want the Playmat as well. So see you on Sunday.
See you.
What are you playing?
Secret.
Mewtwo V-STAR. Is it out yet?
Mewtwo V-STAR.
Wait, you guys say, right?
Yeah, exactly. So because Pokemon Go set is coming out, the official date is actually 1st July, right?
Yeah,
So normally like for it to be official, you have to wait 2 weeks. But this week we are going ahead to allow proxy for Sunday.
Yeah.
So for these next 2 tournaments, right, you can proxy Pokemon Go cards. We will allow it. So Radiant Blastoise,
Radiant
Charizard, Radiant Charizard, yeah.
Magikarp.
Yeah, Magikarp.
Magikarp
You know,
Gyarados.
all those fancy stuff lah. If you don't know what is in the card list, check out Poke Beach. Yeah, they have the full card list.
Yeah, shout out to my other boss.
Yeah, so
Poke
like
Beach.
quite interested to see what people might bring this Sunday. Yeah, so
Mewtwo V-STAR coming.
yeah,
Alright,
so you can proxy lah. We allow proxies for the Sunday tournament. Yeah, so I think that's all.
Yep.
Yeah?
With that, thanks for tuning in to this episode
Bye.
of Topical Hour Jack.
Now
Now we say
okay.
bye bye.